Hey there, guys. This is Joffrey with Good Lawn Care. Hey, like to give a shout out here to 5 Points Lawn, and the reason for is the fact that they asked the question, how do I go about juggling full-time lawn care with having the business and then the family also? And that is a great question. Okay, very good question. I think I got something on the lens here. Sorry about that. Anyway, good question. Sometimes I'm not sure myself, but I'm going to try to answer this the best I can. A lot of it depends on the season of the year. For instance, right now, wintertime, it's not near as hard to do the juggling of it. Right now, I'm pretty much just focusing on my primary job, which is teaching. I'm a physical education teacher, elementary school, kindergarten through fourth grade, and I'm focusing, right now on the kids and just teaching them the fundamentals of, different skills and sports and just exercise, and so that's my main focus. In the wintertime, I do do a little snow removal. You've seen the videos of that. It's mostly just things like shoveling a few driveways and snow blowing some driveways off, and that can be a challenge. Most of the time, though, if we have a big snow, we're probably out of school. It's probably been called off due to the weather. But there's been times where I have to go out, and maybe I go out before school and I do a couple driveways and then go to school, and then I come home and finish the rest. And it's not a big deal because all the people are, I should say, most of the people are elderly, and they're not going anywhere when the weather's bad and they don't want to go out, so they're fine with me doing it that way. So winter is not a big deal. I have more time to spend with my family. I'm done. I'm done in the after school by about 4 o'clock, and I'm coming home, and I can enjoy my evenings. Whereas other times I'm busy, in the evening with the lawn care business. But winter is one of my favorite times, actually. A lot of people don't like winter. I enjoy it because it's a little bit slower time for me. And it's nice to be able to come home at the end of the day and not have to go out and mow lawns or, spend all evening working still. Moving into the springtime, that becomes a little bit more of a challenge. But the nice thing about spring, the days are getting longer. Okay, so school's kind of winding down, getting towards the end of the year. I feel like it's more fun. The kids are excited. They're ready to get out for summer break. But I feel like I'm outside then for PE with the kids. We're enjoying the nice weather. You're happy just because it's such nice weather again, and you're able just to enjoy the nice temperatures. And so the day goes fast, but then I go out and I get to work, in the nice weather, typically in the springtime, the warm sunshine, and the days are getting longer, like I said, and it's the start of a new year, and it's exciting, and it's the start of a new lawn season, I should say, and it's just exciting, and time goes fast when you get in that spring season. So it's not so much of a challenge there, but it can be, with the kids and stuff, again, and my wife and family. But I spend a lot of time, when I'm working two jobs like that, I'm not with the kids as much, so it makes it more of a challenge. It's more just being with them on the weekends and in the late in the evening, I guess. But the nice thing where I teach, my kids are in my own school district, and so I have my kids at school. My two older boys, I see them every day, and I have both of them in class. So that's fun and exciting because I get to spend more time with them that way and interact with them. Also, just another little side note, my wife, she gets involved with things at school, and she comes and helps, and she brings the girls in sometimes too, and they come visit me at class, and I live so close to school. I go home sometimes for lunch or whatever, and that helps a lot. I'm able to interact that way. Also, because of being so close, I basically just take my trailer with me all the time, in the morning, and it's just in the parking lot. And when I'm done with school, I go to the jobs and I start knocking them out real quick. And so that's what helps a lot, to be able to do all that stuff. I'll elaborate on that here in a little bit, but as we move into the summer season, then I'm more just focused on the lawn care business. Okay, I'm not teaching then, and I got a couple months off from school, and I can focus more on the business aspect of things. So I'm more or less like, my customers know I'm a teacher, so they allow for me to do more bush trimming and other jobs, even some mulch jobs sometimes, or light landscaping, that kind of stuff. They allow for me to wait till school's out to do those jobs, and it's nice. So I'm able to take the work that I'm doing after school, the mowing and the lawn work, and I'm basically doing it during the day, and so I'm getting it done during the day, and I can still fit in the other things like the bush trimming, like I said, light landscape, and then I still have my evenings free, So it's like working a full-time job in the summer, but just doing lawn care. And I don't know why it is, but I feel like sometimes it takes me almost just as long to do that stuff in the summer as it would just one evening, after school. But I think Alright guys, I got cut off there. My dad had called me to tell me something. I'm using my phone here to record this. But I would think I was talking about summertime, and I said, sometimes I feel like it takes me just as long to do jobs that I would just normally do, in the evening, mowing after school. And then I do those during the day. I've said sometimes it feels like it takes me just as long. But I think in the summertime, I work at a slower pace, and it's hot out, it's humid, and it's harder to work, in that hot weather. But it's more enjoyable. It's more relaxing, than when I'm doing it all at once. On to, and I can't even remember what I said all about summer now. I lost my train of thought. But it's a nice time because I don't have to worry about school, so much, and or really at all. I'm more just focused on the business and getting stuff done, for the business aspect. And I just have so much time then with my family because the evenings, days are long, and I can spend that time with them. And then lastly, the fall. The fall is probably the worst time. Honestly, the worst time, because school's starting back. You're getting in the swing of things with school. You want to get things going on a good note with the kids and just be organized and just have things flow smoothly. And then you have to still do your lawn care business, and the days are getting so short. We're running low on time. It's getting dark early by the end of September, beginning of October, and then the time changes in November. So you lose a lot of that time, and that's the hardest season. The good thing is, as the days get shorter, though, I'm home earlier and I have more time to spend with my family. But yeah, that's a tough one. That's probably the toughest season of all. But now I want to go through just a example day of when I'm in school and working. I get up in the morning, and a lot of times I might go out into the garage and I might work on the mowers a little bit. I might have to gas them up for one thing, but might have decks that are plugged up with grass when from conditions, being so wet. Maybe I didn't get them done the night before, so I got to scrape the decks out and I got to sharpen the blades a little bit and just grease or whatever maintenance I need to do. And then come inside and take a shower and then start getting the kids ready for school and getting myself ready, and then getting everything I need and making my lunch. And like I said, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'll come home at lunch, but most of the time, I'm making my lunch because during my lunchtime, I'm working on things for school or maybe even some things for the business, that I need to do later, like whatever it is. But during the day, I'm at school then, and I take my equipment with me. I think I mentioned that already. But I take my stuff with me so that way when I'm done at the end of the day, I'm out the door and I'm off to those jobs. And like I've said before in other videos, route density is very important to me. All my jobs are very close. I don't travel hardly at all. So I'm going to knock those jobs out and getting them done. Getting home then as fast as I can. But I mean, sometimes, like especially in the fall, it's till dark. In the spring, not so much. But that's a typical day. And then I'm home, spend time with my family, and I try to interact with them as best I can. Now, like the lawn season, there's a season. It goes from March to November or whatever. There's seasons of for me then where I'm spending more time with like my family and more times with the business and more times with school and that's just kind of the way it goes, and that's just kind of the nature of this business, you guys know, but you work it out. And the biggest thing though with my family is I try to always make sure that I schedule in time every week. I don't do any lawn care stuff on Sundays. That's our day for going to church and spending time with my family, and I'm keep that as a priority. Now, there are times I do snow removal just because you have to do it. There's really no choice. But as far as like the lawn business goes, I keep that time separate. Saturdays are a big work day for me when I'm doing a lot of lawn stuff, especially in the fall and in the spring. But I keep that Sunday open for my family and spend that time with them. And that's kind of the story of how I manage to do these things. I'm thankful that I'm able to do them all, and I mean, I've contemplated many times, not doing the lawn care business, and if I didn't do that, I would have so much more time with my family, and teaching is a great job, especially PE for me. I mean, I don't have the book work or just busy work, I guess, that a lot of teachers do, because I'm not grading papers and I don't have to take things home. It's basically I'm there at school and I'm in the gym and I'm busy with the kids, but I just don't have that other stuff, and I'm just thankful for that. So I had to pause the video there. Lainey fell down and was making noise, and I lost my train of thought again. But anyway, I was just saying, I don't have all that other stuff that a lot of teachers have, so I'm able to kind of juggle, the teaching and the lawn business a little bit easier than I would if I had to do all those grading papers and more planning and stuff. I mean, not that I don't have to do planning, but, a lot of that I can do at school. But anyway, that's kind of how it works out. One thing I'm truly looking forward to in the future is my kids are getting older, especially my oldest son. He's been interested in the lawn business a little bit and saying kind of he wants to start helping me a little bit more. And he will be in middle school next year, and he's growing up, and I can see him getting older and just taking interest in things and just being more responsible. And so I'm hoping, maybe he can integrate and help me, and eventually someday maybe all my kids will want to help me, and I think it'll be more of a family thing. So appreciate 5 points for asking that question. Put your link here in the description of your business and check him out, like and subscribe to their channel. And thank you guys for watching into this one. Hopefully I kind of gave you an idea of how I juggle it all. It is not easy sometimes, and sometimes I wish I didn't have to do it all, but to make ends meet, it works good for us, I think, and I think the jobs go hand in hand. I would be very bored in the summertime if I didn't do this business, if I was just a teacher, but I probably would go work for somebody. But due to the fact, you're working for someone, you're not making as much money as you're doing it on your own. So that's kind of why I've always just done them out. Actually, when I first started teaching, I thought, I'll probably teach and I won't do this much longer, but I just enjoy it too much. I love lawn care business, and I just love it, and I love being outside and working my hands and just cutting grass. I don't know, it's just a passion of mine. I mean, I love teaching too. I love being with the kids and interacting with them, but I love both of them. And anyway, I'm probably starting to ramble, so I'm gonna just sign off here. But hope you guys are doing well. Gonna have some cold weather coming up, so stay warm. And good days to be in the gym, not outside. So anyway, talk to you guys in the future. Hey, this has been Joffrey Guth Lawn Care. Have a good one. We'll see ya.